great idea. Let me build a reusable car comparison card component. I'll make it data driven so you can pass any car's details and it renders beautifully. That's the AI's idea. You see our virtual browser still up here on the top right. We can close that. Makes the cards a little more visible. Again, there's certain things I can do to make this go a lot faster. But right now I'm being cautious about the cost of this performance. So component create, component test, components built, canvas reset. Right now it's going to try to show us those components and give us opportunity to fix them. Now notice that now mount 3 instances of the component with different car data. It worked perfectly. Once the component is made, the AI doesn't have to invent it ever again. It has a unique identifier for the component, and then it says, hey, here's a cool component, here's the inputs it takes, let's just use that one. Boom, pumps the data in and renders it to the canvas very, very quickly. So now this is set. I'm going to say clear the canvas and do and show those components again with the data passed to them as a test to see how fast you can do it now that you have a component to use. The canvas. Add element, add element. It hasn't even done the components yet. I just did the header took longer than the actual page content. And here we go. Ta-da! Now, later on, we want to connect this to real data. We can. Watch this. Take a look at the SQL integration we have. Find in there a function to get some listings, and let's see some of those using our new component. Components. All right, so now this thing we can create integration. So we talked about earlier how the web server is going away. I have built this beautiful display on how I like to see this car information. Now, if I can connect to an API or a database and just get the raw data, I can see the data however I want. I no longer have to see the data the way that the silly website wants to show me with pop-up ads and this cookie buttons and all this stuff. I don't want that. I just want the data. I just want the information, and I'll deal with how to look at it. Again, got 3 real BMW listings from the database. Let me render with our component. Let's see if it can actually do it. Now, the fields might not all align perfectly because I don't know what's in the databases, what's on the website, but it looks like it did a pretty good job. It connected to our database, found what I wanted, took that data, piped it into the component, and here we go. It didn't have to re-render this web page, and we have some consistency now. This thing is so powerful and allows you to do so much. Save this now as a sample car listing components layout. Layout, save. Cool. Watch this. Come up here to layouts. Let's see. Load. That one's beautiful. What's this? Space game. This thing is powerful. I vibe coded a space game last night. I gotta get some more fuel here to increase my speed. And my shields are pretty high, so I don't need that purple one. Oh my gosh. These guys are gonna kill me. Freaking destroy them. Alright. Anyways, this took me a couple minutes to do. The power is now in the hands of the consumer to build whatever they want, see whatever they want, literally do anything that they want with the data. We don't need web servers, websites telling us how to look at things. We don't need your spam. We don't need your pop-ups. We don't need any of that crap. And most websites these days are horrible. You can't use them. They got all these drop-down boxes. They got you click on and they overload your computer. It's absolute nonsense. And most of what's transmitting over the wire is code and fluff and not the actual data that you want. I'm telling you, the future is here. In the next 10 years, we will be using local browsers with local AI to render. And the only thing going over the network is the data that you want to see. All right. I'll catch you later.